So, Chris Robinson, hey Mike, do you vary the degree of your incline bench, or do you leave it the same angle every workout?
It doesn't matter how good you look on the outside unless the engine, the inside, is working well. Mona, 7 years together, has not been sick one time. And I know people say that. I am doing a complete replacement from all my chicken, my fish, ground turkey, bison, all that. And I'm just doing the filet mignon.
Booyah.
What size shirt is this? It's an extra large.
It's an XL?
What's going on here? Hey guys, today's video is going to be a health video, an extremely health video. Jeffrey's going to put that up. So if you didn't know, I'm in my 50s, and I lost my dad to a silliness of ego, in a sense, because he didn't go visit the doctor. I'm a pretty busy guy. And Mona's a pretty busy woman, and we're pretty busy, and we got a kid and a business and stuff, but I can't fathom. And it's interesting because I sit there and I think back and I'm like, man, they had this and they handled it, which is crazy to think. And what I'm speaking about is that my parents raised 10 kids, both working. That's absolutely mind-blowing to me because I can work from home and Mona works from home and we have one kid and we still have help and so on and so forth. And these two...
You got 7 people here.
Yeah, I got 7 people in the house right now working. And so I can't even figure out how they raised 10 kids, both working and doing what they did. I don't. But yeah, did my sister tell you the chain around the fridge?
No.
Mona didn't believe the story because I told it. And then the first time she met Katie, Katie told the story. So my dad put a chain around the refrigerator. And so we had to help buy food and stuff like that. And so that's why at 8 or 9, and I still need to put that video up talking about at 8 and 9, I started paper route, started helping out, buying my own food and stuff. But there was 10 of us. And so, you know, we just kind of ate when we wanted to eat. And that's not how you do it with 10 kids. You got to portion. And so that being a side note to this debate, my dad was too busy, and maybe I think a little bit of an Irish ego and came into play where he's like, I don't need to see the doctor, I'm fine. And he found out late about something, and that ended his life a good 10 years early. So yeah, we stay on this aspect of health and fitness, but we also make sure that, you know, it does not matter. Pretty engine, ugly, what is it? Bad engine, pretty car. Just the concept is, it doesn't matter how good you look on the outside unless the engine, the inside, is working well and functioning correctly, and you got time. It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter to me, and I don't think it matters to the Titan crew. And I think that's why the Titan crew follows me, is because of the fact that we believe that you got to be the total package. And when I say the total package, I don't mean just muscular, strong, athletic. I mean inside as well. As for everybody that got COVID in the Titan crew, I hope you guys are doing good. You guys exercise, so I'm not really worried in the sense of anything bad happening to you. So just stay healthy, hydrate as best you can, and get back to it. Most of the people that I know in person that had COVID were not even sick. So they never even stopped training, stopped eating, or anything like that. So, but everybody's different. Some immune systems are weaker than others. And that's where it comes down to. It's just, you know, if you're in a diet or a deficit and you're training really hard, you could have a weaker immune system. Not because of you being weak. It's just, you know, a lack of calories and the amount that you train. There's a great video that Anthony Robbins put up. Tony Robbins. I don't know, however you guys call him. Anthony, Tony. He put up a video, and it was great because it talks about how many hands he shakes. He's very adamant about shaking hands when he meets people. And that guy sells out crowds. And he talked about the aspect of like the flu or anything like this. It's about your immune system. He can go and shake 10,000 people's hands and not be sick, where somebody else shakes 3 people's hands and they're sick instantly. And he really fights to keep his immune system strong. Now, there's other reasons why he does that because of his health reasons, but it just kind of shows you an immune system is such a powerful thing. And that's why, like in Mona, 7 years together, has not been sick one time. And I know people say that, but that's just a fact. She's never been sick, regardless of like when I have been sick. I'm not going to say I haven't. I get dieted down for guest posing appearances, and then I shake 300-400 people's hands and all that kind of stuff, and everybody hanging on me and stuff. And I usually get sick after the Arnold or the Olympia or something for a day or two. Right back up, right back at it. But I'm setting myself up for that because my immune system is so weak. But I'm not worried about it, and I won't change that aspect of it. I will still diet down. That way, when I show up for a guest appearance, I'm in great shape, and people see somebody that's even better in person than on Instagram. Because that is the most depressing and sad thing when I meet people, and I'm thinking they're monsters. This whole Tom Cruise thing, I don't want to meet Tom Cruise ever, because to me, he is like a superhero. And I know when I meet him, he's going to be smaller than Mona, my girl. So it's like, no, I believe him as larger than life. So, you didn't like that?
I just saw it.
You didn't like Karen? It was a gift from Heath Evans. So, today, I put up here, or Jeffrey did, let's be honest here. I don't know how to write that. So, we are on the Titan meal plan. Everybody that's here is on the Titan meal plan, right? And you're getting sick of certain proteins. You're like, I'm done with the fish. I'm done with the chicken. I'm done with this and that. So make sure you're watching my stories, because I'm replacing everything. I'm doing extreme. I'm replacing everything with the filet mignon from Piemontese. So that's why we put this up here. And that's why I want to talk to you guys tonight, is just to let you know that I'm doing a complete replacement from all my chicken, my fish, ground turkey, bison, all that, and I'm just doing the filet mignon. And what am I going to do? So that means some of you may hear this and think that, oh, so you're putting on size, you're getting big and all that stuff. No, I'm still dieting. I got tons of photo shoots that I have to get ready for. But I did realize that I have been doing this diet for so long that I needed to change something in the aspect of making sure that I can continue. Here's the thing. I need to be able to push in the gym. So there comes a point when you're dieting and then you start spinning the wheels. And I was spinning the wheels because I had to do the colonoscopy, not just once, but twice. And, they both hit me. They hit me hard. I think I did the Howard Hughes the other day. You know what Howard Hughes did at the end of his life?
No.
Okay, so the other day I did the Howard Hughes. It was 2 days that Jeff and everybody was over here, but nobody saw me because I was locked away in the bedroom.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what Howard Hughes did.
He just
Howard Hughes, I don't know what hotel it was, but he rented the top 4 and then locked down and stayed there for like the last 4 or 5 years of his life. Nobody went in.
Jeez.
Crazy. Mostly for somebody like that did something so epic with the flying and everything. But I digress.
That shit.
So one thing that I was noticing is that my workouts were starting to suffer. And so, you know what? I said, I got to get some more B vitamins in there. I got to get a little bit more of that, the amino acids that steaks bring that nothing else brings. Nothing brings it like steaks. So I switched over to that. Carbs are going to stay the same. You guys know that I love the cream of rice or the oatmeal. Mostly the amount of carbs that we're eating, I need that low glycemic to just kind of keep me satisfied during the day. On top of that, just kind of that slow release keeps that energy up. So keeping me satisfied and the energy going is the two big key points. So if you guys are dealing with workouts suffering, but you're in a deficit, then on check-ins on Monday and Tuesday, you need to let me know this, because we're going to have to make some changes. And regardless of how bad you want it, and regardless of how, so these are the big scenarios that you may not comprehend, and this is why check-ins are so beneficial. If the workout is suffering, we got to change the nutrition. That's it. If the workouts are suffering, and that's what this should have been called, if the workouts are suffering, we got to change the nutrition. So right now I want to stay focused on you guys that are doing a deficit, because the majority of you are doing the dry out with me. Dry out is a little better because you get to fill out. So you're going to have some of that carbohydrates going back into you. And then on top of that, you don't train at the end of the dry out. So that's a huge twist. You're taking in more calories and you're not training. So you fill out, you dry out, and you look so good. And so I think over 67 people was the final number the other day on people that are doing the dry out with me. So for all of you, do not change anything. Stay with what we have on the plan, on the ebook. Get the tuna, the fish, the chicken when it is, the steak mixed with chicken, and then we switch over to the eggs. Then we pull the eggs out. Then we put the dandelion root in. Then we pull the water back slightly from the 3 gallons to 2 gallons and so on. Then we bring in the sauna. If not the sauna, then we'll do the tub. But all this is right on the PDF file, so don't worry about copying or understanding it right now. It's already on the file, so just make sure to read that over again and really read it, because a lot of people do the dry out the one time and they'll mess it up. They'll do it incorrectly. So we went in today, and today's I think 3 days in.
Friday.
And what's today? Friday? We did a back workout, and I think I loaded 2 plates on every machine that we did.
What are his fucking stacks too? He's got good stacks, doesn't he?
Does he? Oh, Dave, yeah, he's got 300-pound stacks.
Yeah, his stacks are fucking not.
It felt great.
220 stacks.
Yeah, it's not that 220 that most gyms have.
Yeah.
So his pull downs and seated rows and all that kind of stuff are old school 300-pound flat cable, not a single cable.
Like a belt.
Yeah, it's like a belt, really heavy duty. Reminds me of the early 90s at Gold's.
So Chris Robinson, hey Mike, do you vary the degree of your incline bench, or do you leave it the same angle every workout? That is a very YouTube type of question that could be answered, right?
So that's interesting that you asked that. The only reason why I say that is because if you do follow YouTube, you'll notice I have about 7 different angles.
This week?
It is, and also that's a metaphor on all my lifts or any kind of angles that I do things. It's like, hey, do you squat the same? No. We put up a video of 20 different 20 or 25. It was 20, but we could have kept going.
Yeah.
20 different styles of squats. Wait a minute, there's only one way to squat. All right. Have fun with that. But no, on the inclines, we change it. Tomorrow's video will be about high necks, which is somewhat of an incline, but I did have it on a moderate incline. So this is a YouTube thing. So I know that you're looking for the answer. If we missed you, you would just assume that it is the same all the time, and you would stay with that for the next 3 years and hurt your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Mike, I'm 6'7". I'm 6.7. He means he's 6'7". It's a tall boy. That's a long boy. And I want to do bodybuilding, but I don't know what division would suit me.
So that's a great, first of all, congratulations on that height. That is awesome.
Sick, dude.
That is a tall. There's a difference, man. There's a difference between 6'2", 6'3". You start hitting 6'6", 6'7", it's just a different breed. So
Or 5'7".
or 5'7", like Steve Seagal and Keith Evans. But here's the thing: your question is not a question that suits. You're saying, where do you fit in? Let me see if I'm saying this correctly. You're asking, there's classic, there's bodybuilding, there's wellness now, there's classic bodybuilding, there's men's bikini, there's all these different things, right? And you're saying, hey, which one should I do so I can do well? Relative to you saying, what do I want my body to look like?
Ooh.
Because that's the question. Because what you're doing is you're trying to appease them.
Nah.
So you can get a first place trophy.
Nah.
You'll never stay with it. Ever in your entire life, you will never stay with it because you're trying to appease something and you're not going to win the first time out. And even if you do, it's going to be a short-lived thing. Here's the thing. You're 6'7", so you're already winning. So just understand, from me to you, you're already winning. So, and what I mean by that is this. Let's skip the bodybuilding. Let's skip all that. I know a guy named Ralph Moeller who is 6'7". Now, Ralph did extremely well.
If you don't know him, look him up.
Yeah, look him
Especially
up.
the long boy. Look up Rolf.
But he's just one of these guys that did really well. But there's other guys that was like Ralph that are 6'7", decent-looking guys. Ralph's a really good-looking guy. So good-looking that he got his own TV show called Conan. It was Conan, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He did the Conan TV series.
Conan the Adventurer.
Oh, the Adventures of Conan. But the point was this: after he won his pro card and went into the pros, he didn't do as well. To probably his standard, he probably wanted to win the Mr. Olympia, but he looked great on stage. The point is, to me, he was better than Mr. Olympia. And that's where I think you need to start thinking about it. And anybody that's going to compete, that's how you need to approach this. And what I mean by that is that Ralph said, okay, I couldn't win the Mr. Olympia, but I'm going to go over and do a TV show which is 10 times better than any of the Mr. Olympias. So it was such a bigger thing, but he didn't win. But he chose how he wanted to look relative to how they wanted him to look. So create the physique that you want. For everybody that's on here that's going to compete, create the physique that you want and then enter whatever that category may possibly be. But don't do it the other way. Don't pick the category and go, I'm going to go physique, so I'm not going to train legs. That's not what I want you guys to do.